You look at the difference in the face-off numbers from a year ago. They're plus 20% in that department. And what that's done, it's allowed them to play less possessions on defense. They've been fresh late in a lot of close games, and that's helped out Gary Gait and his crew.
And the opening face-off is going to be won by Notre Dame, by Will Lynch. Notre Dame is only allowing 8.33 goals per game. That's the lowest in the nation. They've only played 6 games, so 50 total goals so far in the season throughout the first 6. Behind the back, count it. And Syracuse with Finn Thompson on the board first. Pretty play.
You attack this Irish defense from behind the net with cuts and crease movement. And this is just great energy by Thompson. He loops all the way around the crease. The defender is trailing him and loses leverage. And to increase his angle, he flips that over his shoulder. Muley with the assist. Thompson, who had been in the shooting slump early in the season, with a great start for Syracuse. Man-to-man defense from Syracuse, but they were super packed in. I mean, their splits, it almost looked like a zone the way they packed it in. This is the second midfield for Notre Dame. It's been a productive group.
It's Riley Gray, and you called it quit as he scores to tie the game.
This is an area of differentiation, I believe, for Notre Dame, and it'll show up in the ACC championship game in early May, and then maybe again in championship weekend. But to be able to go 2 midfields deep with guys who can get to the rack. Riley Gray last year, I believe, had 16 goals. A certain calmness. He's a grad student, good size, 6'4", 220. He'll run with Bryce Walker and Will Angrick. Not a great start for Mason Cone and John Mullen, the Fogos for Syracuse. 2 violations already and 1 loss.
Yeah, 1 more 32nd.
Yeah, and that's a big deal, Mike. Oh, you better be careful. You better be careful. They're going to call Notre Dame for goalie interference.
Chris Kavanaugh swings it over for Eric Dobson.
Good matchup for Dobson.
Gets a step, takes it right in, shoots, and the save made by Will Mark.
Syracuse is going to have to score unassisted goals today. Notre Dame will be slow to double team.
Ball knocked away. And it's going to be picked out by Entenmann. They're in the all-green last time they played. The St. Patrick's Day is the day before. It was on March 16th. And the bye week. Riley Gray. 10 to shoot. Gets sandwiched, puts it in, and it is good. Gray scores again, and Notre Dame has the lead.
We sat down with Coach Corrigan 2 days ago, and it looked chilly in Notre Dame because he took our Zoom call at home in front of a fireplace. But he talked about during their bye week how the second midfield was a point of emphasis. And here is Riley Gray with 2 unassisted goals, both on wing dodges, and that ball does entirely cross the goal line. This is close, but right there it's underneath and in, and then it kicks out. The entire lacrosse ball must cross the entire goal line.
And already 9 shots offensively here for the Irish, too. Face on. We welcome you to the game of the weekend here with number 1, Notre Dame, number 3, Syracuse, Arlada Stadium, and just like that, Ben Ramsey fires it through for the Irish. They now go up 3-1 with 6:04 to play in this first quarter.
The storyline so far this game, Notre Dame has been dominating the face-off. Second midfielder Riley Gray has 2 unassisted goals. And I mentioned this early offense. Ben Ramsey's a defensive midfielder with the green light to go. And he's just given a little too much space, a re-dodge right-handed. He actually hits a knee and is falling to the turf and beats Mark from mid-range. So a transition goal, Ben Ramsey for the 3-1 lead. Everybody's a star in their own role. They've been very unselfish.
Well, they played together for a while, too. You know each other. Obviously, the Kavanaughs here with Chris Kavanaugh now. The ball gets kicked around.
It's nice D. We're going to have a shot clock issue here. Woo!
Orange the other way. And almost unsettled situation. They fired away. Now it's going to be Muley that's going to put it back in for
You better be ready
Syracuse.
off this restart.
You want to take as much time as you can, too. As you said earlier, Cuba, kind of trying to slow down this Notre Dame team, make them work defensively, but you got to keep it close.
Where are the matchups that Syracuse can win? And Liam Entenmann kind of points to himself as if to say, I should have had that, because Jackson Birtwistle's shot was through a screen.
Birtwistle with his 11th goal of the season. Orange are within one.
Watch the interference come in front of the goalie's face as this ball is released. He just never got a good view of it. Right there, Muley, too, flashes right in front. Just enough that the ball goes between Muley and the goaltender. And just like hockey, when you lose sight of it for a moment, he kind of knew it was low and knew it was going to his right, but he couldn't cleanly track it.
What was the total?
I thought I saw 26 and a half. I'd be shocked
26.
if we got. I'd be shocked if we got that.
Well, we've got 6 so far here in Syracuse, and Thompson ties it up at 3. Second for Finn Thompson today.
He's only a sophomore from Toronto. Really talented hand-eye coordination. Ross Bergmaster doesn't like this double team. He goes halfway. Indecision's bugging me. You go halfway, you get burnt. You're either sticking to your man or you're going and getting there. But that time, the yo-yo ball handler Drew Bergmaster's 27. Adam leaving a man open. It's an easy little step down and shot. That's exactly what Notre Dame does not want to do defensively.
And that is the third face-up. A little tic-tac-toe there, back over to Kavanaugh up top. Rocket shot. Dobson counted. Eric Dobson, the man up, and Notre Dame leads at 4-3.
Each guy is a star in their own role on this group. It's as strong an extra man unit as I've ever seen. That makes them 15 for 18 on the season. Syracuse uses their junkyard dogs. It's a group of 5 that they bring off the bench. All are backup defenders or midfielders. They've done a nice job killing off penalties. But again, pick your poison. You want the Kavanaughs to beat you? You want Taylor to beat you? Oh, you're going to pack it in? Dobson all day long from distance. And it's the same set that everybody knows is coming. Everyone that prepares for it, and yet they're 15 of 18.
And spinning around and getting in front, it's going to be Pat Kavanaugh, and he puts it through.
They can take a punch. They've just been relentless this year on the offensive side of the ball. There's no coasting speed. There's been very few shortages or droughts. Figueres struggles with this pick right there. Nice job by Kavanaugh to change speeds right before he got to the pick. I think Figueres wanted to switch. Look, he looks back at his mate there like, I thought we were going to switch. They didn't. And that's just all you need.
Well,
I think it comes down to if Notre Dame wins faceoffs, they're going to set a fast pace. If Syracuse can win some faceoffs, I think they're going to slow this game down.
Oh,
right now the Orange defense is reeling.
Devin McLean. They are. Let's see if the Irish can tack on another. We were tied at 3. 2 in a row from Dobson and Pat Kavanaugh. 13 seconds to go in the first. Dobson again. Pat Kavanaugh. 8 to go. Kavanaugh rolls back, shoots, he scores with 3 seconds to go in the first quarter. That's a backbreaker.
He's owned the Orange. I asked Ryan Wellner, Irish assistant coach, I said, what's the temperature of the Kavanaugh brothers this week? He said, scorching. Left-handed, off the post, a high release to a low location. Watch this shot. This is a thing of beauty. And then he stares down the Orange bench as if to say, hey, did you forget about me? I average 8 points per game against you guys. Putting the short stick on Hiltz and attackman. Hiltz is not a dodger, he's a feeder. It's an offense that's extremely, extremely gifted in terms of stick handling, creativity, passing, shooting. They do not have explosive dodgers.
Well, they were able to generate it on the last goal, right? Q with Finn Thompson. And he got freed up. And now they come through and they score here on this one. That's a great job there by Luke Roa. It's cut it to a 2-goal game.
This is a really horrendous turnover by Notre Dame in the middle of the field. And then maybe to add to that, what's worse is the lack of urgency off the turnover. So ball goes down, change up. You got to make decisions right now to get back into the hole and check up. Rowe does a good job. Pump and go. Watch how patient he is with a little twister at the end. Entenmann comes out to crush the angle right there, leaves his feet, and he capitalizes on the goaltender being a little antsy. Great body control.
There's one, and the save from Entenmann that time, and Finn Thompson's offering. That's 2 saves now for Entenmann. Well, Thompson's already got 2 goals so far today, and he called it, though, and that one not quite with what they needed. Would have been a hat trick for him here. Would have made it a 1-goal game. Instead, Irish now with a 2-goal advantage, and the save by Mark. Couldn't get the cleanup, though, and it's put in by Devin McLean. And Notre Dame's up 7-4.
Wow, this shows you the difference. At one end, Entenmann's has great rebound control. This time, Mark just lets that one bounce off of his cross. You got to give this a little bit of half a cradle to keep that. They used to call that the Maxwell twist, based on a guy that I idolized named Mike Maxwell. You got to twist your wrist to get that ball to stay in the goalie pocket. Well, Syracuse, last time they had a strong team was back in 2020, and that was the shortened season. The Orange program bottomed out, and now they're making their way back. When you think about what Gary Gate, from 4-10 to 8-7 last year, and now they're 9-2. Covered by Billy Dwan III, the lefty. He's had a really strong season, 35 in Orange. He covered Brennan O'Neill in the Syracuse 10-4 victory last week.
Angrick shoots, he scores, and Notre Dame is up 8-4 now, doubling up the Orange.
So we talk Kavanaugh's until we're blue in the face, but you look at the midfield goals from Notre Dame today. Riley Gray's got a pair, and now Will Angrick. The power of a second midfield. Invert, set. Watch how slow this double team is. Angrick just beats him. Fakes top side. Nope, he keeps going top side, and there's no double team. He gets to his strong right hand. Will Angrick, coming back from an ACL injury last season. I thought he showed flashes as a freshman. He's now a junior out of Georgetown Prep. The ability for a party starter to blast by his man and draw double teams. Muley doesn't have that speed. Spallina doesn't have that speed. Hiltz doesn't have that speed.
English.
So you're going to be slow to double team. You're going to pack it in and be slow to double team.
Oh, bouncer is through. Syracuse getting Michael Leo for their 5th goal of the day.
It's a nice job offensively. They just pounded until Notre Dame splits because of fatigue, got tighter and tighter and tighter to the goal. And if there are 3 guys that the Orange need to be able to dodge today, it's going to be Michael Leo, Luke Roa, and Sam English. Wing dodge underneath, switches back to his left hand, and his ability to clear right there gives him enough angle, and he beats Entenmann, has been Jake Taylor, their crease attackman. Now, what does that tell you? That means Notre Dame has been slow to support. They don't want to leave Taylor. And so they're holding on their double teams. And that's why Notre Dame scored unassisted goals.
Hopkins leading Michigan by 4 goals in the 4th quarter right now here as well.
That's a final.
Today.
That's a final.
Oh, final. Got it.
15-11, Hopkins wins. Army beats North Carolina by 1 with a comeback. Virginia beats Harvard up in Boston.
Yeah, I thought you had a great point when you mentioned it going to break there, Q. And it's 22-13, by the way, and ground balls in favor of Notre Dame. But you had said it because they were riding, they were knocking the ball away, 50 and 51. You said, be like those guys. And you're absolutely right, because they've also caused 9 turnovers. And then on the offensive end, on cue, Chris Kavanaugh puts it through, and it's a 9-5 game.
This is Chris from the right-handed wing, and this is a little bit of a sloppy, things go awry, let's say. Syracuse is going to challenge this goal. Pat Kavanaugh curls up left-handed and takes a shot. Ball squirts out. Shot clock looks like it's at 0 when that ball was released. If that, in fact, is synced up. The challenge is a shot clock violation by Notre Dame.
All right, there you go.
Right side of your screen, there you go. Ball has to be released. Oh, that goal is good.
I think he did, yeah.
That goal is good. Has to be released before the zeros. So no challenge, and the goal is good.
Yeah, great job, guys, of putting that together. It's 9-5 here. And, off the face-off, Will Lynch scores it. Four seconds.
The most improved Fogo that I've seen in the country this year. The emotional maturity to ride the waves of success and failure. Remember, he ran first midfield at Chaminade in Long Island, one of the nation's premier private Catholic schools, and so he's a real lacrosse player. He's become a Fogo in college. He'll go into halftime, and they're just looking for improvement here. They're looking, hey, let's do better in face-offs. Let's defend a little better. It's not like Notre Dame's defense is blowing me away here, Mike. Notre Dame's made some mistakes on defense.
But their offense, with 10, almost 11, the save there made by Will Mark.
It's a shot.
Here's Pat Cavanaugh. It's only the second real road game of the season, with, if you will, true road game for Syracuse. Save again, Mark. Loose ball in front.
One-handed shot by Cavanaugh. Jake Taylor's been really silent. 13 in white, the crease attackman for Notre Dame, who just exploded 2 weeks ago against Michigan.
For Syracuse, been a pretty clean game, really. In front, scored it, and Syracuse gets it with Sam English.
Crazy level of skill on this possession. There's a catch here, a subtle bounce pass. Watch his catch. Watch his catch. Right there. Jam it inside, handling traffic. These guys have crazy skill. Syracuse offensively, the hand-eye coordination, the passing skill, the unselfishness, it's there.
Face-offs are 14-4 in favor of Notre Dame here. Angrick. And a one-handed shot put in by Jake Taylor for Notre Dame. Look at that.
This guy is nasty. Angrick leans in at the goal line. Taylor just steps down. Clamps the defender's stick under his arm. Got away with a hold there. You watch him just put that left hand, takes control and custody of the stick and says, I don't need two hands. Now that I've neutralized your stick, I'm just going to use my right hand and a slam dunk. This should be a hold on the offensive player for clamping down on that defensive player's stick. Cavanaugh spending
3.5 gone by here.
Top of the box today in their sets. You know, that's what makes Pat so dangerous. He can beat you from X. We saw it off the pick. He's got wing dodges from both sides right there with the swim.
Oh, unbelievable. Back to Taylor. He scores it. You call the cue on the swim move, and then Taylor with 2 in a row on the assist from Cavanaugh.
Like a chess piece that's dangerous in all the different locations. Swim move, draws the double team, trust is made inside. Taylor and Cavanaugh. This is the symbiotic relationship. Swim, inside, one touch, keep it simple. Pat continuing to pile on points against the Orange. You know, Jordan Faison's been a little quiet, and I wonder if this time of year is going to be rough on him, because he's doubling up with the football team during spring practice and lacrosse. Been going to meetings for football, trying to learn their new terminology.
Mark with the save here. Will Mark with the save.
Here's Jordan. He's being covered now by Nathan Levine.
So here he is.
Gets a switch.
Faison. Passes it up. Shot, save, Mark that time from McLean. They offer him.
Yeah, they're holding the Duke win, which is huge. But keep it going now, and you put yourself in position to make some noise in that bracket.
10-4 win back on March 20th. It's Muley. Syracuse, 15 to shoot.
It's going to be a crease violation.
Crease, yeah.
My guess is he got pushed in by a Notre Dame defender. It's one area that Notre Dame is going to have to start playing more guys. I thought it caught up to him against Georgetown. They played Ramsey and Parlett until those guys couldn't breathe and run. They got Lacrosse, they got Danny Parker, they got Tyler Buckner.
Owen Hiltz fires it through here for Syracuse.
It feels as if Notre Dame's trying to pull away, but the Orange won't give it up yet. And this extra man goal goes a long way to keeping this game competitive.
Yes.
Pushing the game. It's pushing innovation. It's pushing what athletes can do on the field at all positions.
And how about another goal for Notre Dame? Jordan Faison, who we were talking about. He's been entered here into the third quarter, and it didn't take him long. He puts one through, his 14th of the season.
Most of the work I've seen Jordan do has been in front of the goal. He takes this restart. Turbo off the pick. See you later. Severe angle shooting, left-handed. He's just continuing to build his resume, so to speak. The skill sets we're seeing on a weekly basis, just more and more and more from a dodging, passing, and scoring standpoint. He is a weapon.
Sun shining here from South Bend. And the Irish, who've been knocking on the door for so many years, right? And they finally break through last year, the national title. And a save here by Entenmann in goal. And player down for
Chris Conlon.
Chris Conlon, yeah.
When you look at the ACC, it looks like everybody outside of Carolina is in position to make the NCAA tournament.
Thinking quality of shots, too, as well. Clint, that one's better, and it's saved from going in by Entenmann.
Memories of last year's game up in the Dome where Entenmann had the ball on his stick and then the ball went across the goal line. It's not a loose ball, so it was no goal, and the game spun in a completely different direction with Notre Dame scoring 9 straight goals. Entenmann's got some magic tricks on that goal line.
Yes, 6 saves, couldn't get that one though. And finally, Syracuse. Thompson puts it through. It's been forever, it feels like, since they've scored one here. It's back to a 5-goal game.
Notre Dame hasn't put this game away yet, and so you got to be careful. This was a great offensive possession. Muley draws a double team from the wing. Not sure you want to go there. Muley's dodging left-handed to no angle, and Notre Dame sends the double team. Why? 2 and Orange is not a threat to beat your goalie there. His angle is decreasing. That's a bad slide, and bad slides get punished. Thompson from point-blank range.
And timely goals, too. One as the shot clock was expiring. They got one off the face-off that took 4 seconds. They had back-to-back goals scored in 39 seconds. They've had some good runs here. Here's a save by Will Mark.
You don't want to turn with the pass. You have to turn ahead of the pass. So that McLean catches it, boom, you're ready. And he was.
Well, it's his 13th save so far here. Can Syracuse capitalize? In front, they do. Score it. And that time, it's Spallina, who we were just talking about during the break. He only had 3 shots up to this point, and his 4th one is his first goal of the game.
Yeah, this is, again, Kevin Corrigan might have to call timeout here because this team is kind of in a little bit of a funk here. And this game's not far from over. Okay, that's a slow break in transition where Orange they've been really efficient this year in that category. Great look, Spallina with the layup.
Off the pick. Crossfield for Roa. Roa shoots. He scores. Luke Roa. Syracuse mounting the comeback. Their bench is fired up for good reason. It's a 3-goal game.
Effective skip pass. Boom, right there. I think it's Muley. Parlette's a bit caught on his heels, and so Rowe is able to run at him. Catch, run at him, plant with the left foot, work to the middle of the field where your angle is much better. Again, left to right, boom. Sidearm shot back to the near post.
Turnovers, I mean, that's 10 cost turnovers by Syracuse. There have been 11 by Notre Dame. Finn Thompson swings it up for Sam English. Here comes a flag. Multiple ones. This is big as the Orange will go on the man up here. Yeah, 1-0. Angrick, number 10, with the cross check. So Syracuse here, 50 seconds behind the back pass. It's back over to the stick of Spallina. Working up top, back down low, extra pass. Oh, what a save!
My gosh. Was that a save? But what we've seen is never quit, never give up, never quit. Dive right across the goal. Boom. Gets his stick on it, pipe to pipe. You got one chance to make this. You may as well sell out. He turns, pivots, sell out. Incredible. Incredible save by Antiman.
Down goals in the last 7 games, and then they gave up 1 here today. So they have been doing a great job, like you said, after him. What happens there? What happens here is a goal scored by Eric Dobson for Notre Dame and puts it back up 4.
Big time smoke from Dobson, left-handed with his feet set, staring the goalie down, but that's all about the ride. Everything in South Bend starts with effort. It starts with grit, it starts with hustle. They're gonna chase you down. They earn the restart, they earn possession, and then it's Dobson, flamethrower. Irish up by 4.
What does the Orange have here? Opportunity to cut it right back to 3. Another save from Entenmann on the shot that time from Birtwistle. Players going down all over the place.
Where's that chin strap up around his mouth? It's kind of awkward.
It's Pat Kavanaugh. Shot clock's at 15. Chris Kavanaugh, save mark. That is his 14th of the day.
Will's big. He fills up the net. He's got a wide base. He likes to flop. That time he stayed honest and true. He saw it and makes the move.
Oh, it's Syracuse. They are not done. That goal scored by Jake Stevens. Right back to a 3-goal game here.
Lot of trust. A lot of trust in Stevens as a two-way guy. Look, Stevens says throw it down, and then he cuts the crease a little. Lacrosse is a visual game. He presents the target, and the ball is on the money.
Being marked by Ben Ramsey. Michael Leo's got it, gets a step, takes it in. Leo shoots, he scores. Just like that. Took him only 11 seconds after the timeout. And Michael Leo has made it a 2-goal game.
He loves his left hand. He just catches this up by the top of the box and runs straight downhill. Defender is trailing him a bit, and he gets his hands free, and there's no double team. Notre Dame very hesitant to slide to one of their poles. So the Orange run the weave up top, created an advantage. Leo with a good burst of speed.
20 turnovers by Syracuse. There have been 17, though, by Notre Dame. And now what about defensively here?
Now you got to press out. Now you got to press out. Oh, I do not like that possession at all for Notre Dame. What are you doing?
Really don't reason for that.
There was 50 seconds on the shot clock.
Could have used way more time. Instead, Syracuse back the other way, and they didn't have anybody there for the backup. The Irish
showing off his agility.
Pat Kavanaugh's
going to pay the price. Let me tell you, he's going to pay the price going in there.
These two teams do not
like each other. They do not like each other. And if you're Kavanaugh, you got to know that that's coming. the Orange fought. I give them a lot of credit for the effort that we saw in the second half. The game got away from them in the end of the first and the second quarter, down 10-5 after this game being tied at 3 apiece.